Hey everybody, Ryan Troutman here with Live Another Day Training Group. I'm going to start off with some instructional videos going over things, firearm safety, how to operate semi-automatic pistol, things of that nature, how to really work and drive a firearm like this in a safe manner, right? We want to accomplish whatever our goal is, but we want to do so safely. So I'm going to start off with talking about some firearm safety, right? Right now, we don't know what status this firearm is, right? So the first thing I want to do is clear the firearm, right? And what I mean by that is ensure that there's no live ammunition in it, and ensure that it's safe to handle, and not going to do anything dangerous, right? So first thing I want to do is I want to lock the slide to the rear. All right, I'm going to do my quick checks, make sure there's no ammunition in it. All right, and then we're move on to some of our firearm safety rules, right? So a lot of people have a lot of different variations of firearm safety rules. However, they all kind of follow the same vein and the same concept, right? So first rule is we don't want to point a gun, pistol, rifle, shotgun, whatever, right? We don't want to point anything that we don't intend or we're not okay with shooting, right? We don't want to cause any injury, loss of life, or significant property damage, right? So we want to always ensure we're pointing our guns at something that at most we're going to get minimal property damage, right? If I put a hole in the dirt, I can live with that. Second is our trigger finger, right? We want to keep our hand and our finger off the trigger until we're ready to shoot. Third, right, we want to keep a firearm unloaded until we're actually ready to use it and we're ready to shoot. And then one of the often overlooked but very important is knowing where my target is and what's around my target. Okay, this is especially important if we're looking at it from like a self-defense situation, but we need to know what's behind and what's around our target to ensure that we're shooting in a safe direction. Okay. So we talked about, knowing the status of our firearm, right, clearing it. So to clear the gun, here's what I'm going to do. And the general concepts apply regardless of what firearm I'm using. All right, but first thing I want to check is the chamber, right? So I want to ensure there's no rounds actually, in the chamber of the gun. Second, I also want to look at the bolt face, right? Make sure that, a round didn't get stuck, stuck on the slide there. And then I want to ensure that there's no ammunition in a magazine or something like that that could potentially get chambered when I close the slide, right? So I want to check. We tend to have like a vision bias, right? So it's easy to look at something and not see something because we don't want to see it, right? And so I like to actually do like a visual inspection in addition to a physical inspection, right? So I'm going to look at the chamber. I'm just going to throw my hand in there, do a quick check. Same with the bolt face and the mag well, right? So I can either check from above or below. And now I've done essentially 6 different checks to ensure that this gun is clear. All right, I've done 3 visual checks: check the chamber, check the bolt face, check the mag well. And I've also done a physical check on all those as well, right? About 20, the FBI reports that around 25,000 incidents are reported a year of people negligently discharging their firearms. So that's about 25,000 times a year that somebody shoots an unloaded gun, right? We all know that's not true. Unloaded guns don't shoot. So that's 25,000 times a year that people don't properly ensure that the firearm is clear before working that trigger. Okay, so going over firearm safety, we've gone over actually clearing the checking to ensure the firearm's clear. What do we do if the firearm is loaded? Okay, so here I've got a magazine with some dummy rounds in it. Okay, I'm going to take that, I'm going to load the firearm with a dummy round. All right, so we're loaded. If the firearm is in this configuration, right, and I want to make it safe, how do we do that? All right. First thing is we want to remove the source of the ammunition, okay? So in this case, the magazine. So I want to drop that magazine and I want to put it to the side. Now, we still have a round in the chamber. So we need to clear the chamber and ensure that that's safe. So I can lock the slide to the rear. All right, you see it ejected around. I can now do my safety checks. All right, and I have a clear and safe firearm. Again, still going to keep my finger off the trigger until I'm ready to shoot, and I'm still only going to point this in a safe direction. All right. Okay, so just a quick recap, right? Always point in a safe direction. Keep your finger off the trigger till you're ready to shoot. Know your target and what's around it, all right? And ensure that you know the status of your firearm. Is it loaded? Is it unloaded? If you're transporting it, you're going to want it to be unloaded, right? We want to do multiple safety checks, all right? Visually and physically inspecting to make sure that it's clear, okay? And before we clear it, or the first step of clearing it is going to be to remove the source of the ammunition, lock the slide to the rear, and then do your safety checks. All right. If this was helpful information, right, go ahead and give us a like, give us a follow, share, and if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up, leave a comment, shoot us a message, whatever. Thanks for checking us out, and look forward to seeing you again soon.